Welcome to Stories Before Bed, the channel where we question and scare each other with all the mysteries of the world. We are talking about folk tales, legends, myths, superstitions, and just strange phenomena. And I am Darren.
I am Michael.
We're here to this week talk about a famous story, famous tale, and it's recently been referenced in a lot of media and also made into a movie. Is the story of La Llorona. Llorona. Yeah, sorry about the pronunciation, folks. But AKA the Weeping Woman. Well, you know what? Then we'll get right into it, so you know the story.
Yeah.
So a long time ago, there was once lived a beautiful woman named Maria.
She's beautiful.
Yeah. At the time, she was considered the most beautiful in Mexico. And then day after day, all types of men would come to her doorstep and beg her for a romance, want to get with her.
Of course.
And then, yes, of course, every time Maria just kind of rejected them because she just thinks they're not good enough for her, right?
Right.
And, kind of just the daily life kind of goes on like that every day until what happened is until a charming young gentleman shows up and changes her life completely.
Now, didn't he come in on a horse?
I would think it's a horse because it's probably a long time ago.
Yes.
I don't think they have a car back then. Maybe.
Yeah, they never come walking in.
Yeah. Maybe a carriage. After this young gentleman shows up, she knew immediately, like, oh, he's the one, because he's got the charm and the looks to match her as well. It's like, oh, all these other guys couldn't even compete. Nothing. Yeah. Yep. And then soon enough, they marry really quickly because that's how it was back then. People tend to marry quickly.
Yes.
And then later on, they had two very adorable boys. Unfortunately, that perfect life was very short-lived. So things starts to unravel, right? So then one day he came back from, I like to think, from a business trip. Came back with...
Wait.
I think so.
Now, did he arrange a different horse for the business trip? Like getting business class horse?
It's probably the same one. I think in this story, this young gentleman is an upper class level, so I would think it's a business class.
Okay, good.
I would think
got
so.
a large selection of horses
to
choose from.
Yeah. Okay. Came back with another woman by his side.
Ooh. See, this is what I love though about like all these folk tales and myths and stuff.
Yeah.
They always kind of start out like a Disney cartoon.
Yes.
It's like the most ending, beautiful woman, the handsome guy.
Yeah.
And then the guy cheats or something like that,
Yeah, I know.
You would think that based on that telling, he's going to be the one that ends up suffering, right?
Yes.
But it's not how it turns out.
It's usually not how it turns out.
It's not how it turns out.
To no one's surprise, right? Maria was completely broken down, heartbroken, going immense pain, suffering immense pain. So that same night, she kind of decided to inflict the same suffering toward the man that cheated on her. So what she did was she woke up her two young boys. Yeah. And, she took their hands and then guided them to like the river close by. And then, when they arrived at the river, she lied to the kids because, the two boys are very young. She lied to them saying like, oh, we're here to take a bath. We're here to, just cleanse ourselves.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the boys believed her.
Yeah.
And once they got into the water, she was filled with rage because, looking at the boys kind of reminds her of him. So she drowned them until they die, right?
Yeah.
And she kind of snaps back into reality, understanding that, oh no, I did something really, really wrong and bad. And then
monstrous, yeah.
Yeah, and so she just realized what she had done, and so she'll, she kind of walks deeper into the water and kind of yells out like, "Oh, mis niños," before she kills herself.
Yeah.
And
my sons.
Yeah, my sons. Yeah. And so ever since that, now fast forward to the present now. So this legend of the story kind of has been, told all over the world for different purposes.
Yeah.
And so I'm talking about in specifically the United States. I mean, other cultures, they have their reasons, but in the United States, the story was told to kids. So then that way, it kind of scares them to go play near the water. Like if they're roaming around the water, you don't want the kids to just go dive in and then like, in case they get into accident and then they don't have a lifeguard or
so if they see dad riding in on a horse with a new woman, just run from the lake as fast as you can. Essentially the warning that's been spread around the world.
Yeah, don't go near the water because So of course in the United States they have that purpose. Us going out to the lake this late at night is dangerous, not for the fact that it's her spirit around. It's more like other people in the park that who knows who knows out there in the park.
Yes. Yeah, we might not be attacked by spirits. It might be live human beings. Yes.
So don't try it.
Yes.
There it is, and hope that you can all sleep well with that story in mind.
Yes.
And don't go near waters.
No.
Yeah.
Especially if you hear somebody talking.
Yeah, exactly. And be sure to check back next week for another creepy tale. The next one we have is actually another creepy one, but it's also a central character is also just to give you
shocker.
To give you a heads up.
Yes.
Yeah. So check back.
Yes.
And thank you for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe.